So yeah, welcome to Photoshop, the beautiful application where magic happens. So here is how your Photoshop CS6. I use CS6. Yeah, they're like this is like 2014 Photoshop, but don't mind me. It's still the same thing. If you have CC 2015, CC 2017, 2018, I don't know if you have 2019. Good for you. It's still the layout is still going to be the same, just a couple of difference. But I am using CS6 because most people CS6 is like a universal one, so everyone can like follow through. There are just like little differences in the newer model for Photoshop. So then this is how your Photoshop looks like. Your tools, your basic tools, your channels, layers, paths, adjustment. There are like lots of things that are like looking so complicated here, but trust me, they're just basic. So we are going to go with I'm going to explain a couple of these tools, or like virtually all of the tools, but then let's create a document first, or a project. So we go to file, new, and then let's name this design class 1. And then this preset means, okay, there's sometimes like you want to like use US paper, like letter size, or international paper you want to use A4, A5, A3, and the likes. And so you can like go through this to check things out, but we want to use custom where we'll input what we want ourselves. And then there's the pixels, inches, centimeters. This is basically like trying to select the size, but do you want the size in pixels, do you want the size in inches, do you want the size in centimeters? But we are going to use pixels for now. And pixels basically means the amount of boxes of colors that a picture has. Like if you notice that when you zoom in on a picture, it zooms into boxes. So those are pixels. Pixels are boxes. So then I want to create a square document. If you see what we want to create here, salsa GQ, it's squared. So we are going to create something squared, and I'm going to use 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels. You can actually use 1000 by 1000, and then this is basically pixels per inch, some 72, some 300. Well, I'm choosing 300. And okay, it's cool to choose high numbers, but sometimes you should choose lower numbers so that your laptop doesn't hang and like crash, because at times it can really get like bulky. There's files that can go as high as 1 gigabyte. Yeah, it happens. And then this is basically RGB. So there are like several here, but I'm just going to explain two: RGB and CMYK. RGB basically means red, green, and blue. While CMYK, cyan, magenta. I don't know this, but you should know cyan, magenta, just like the other color. Sorry about that. But then RGB is for basically if you want to create something that is going to be viewed on a device like a phone, a laptop, your iPad, you use RGB. But if you are going to print out, you use CMYK, because the colors for prints is always different on the print and then on the device. That's why sometimes after you print, you'll be like, this doesn't look the way it looks on my phone. Well, that's because print colors are different from colors you see on your phone or device. So we are using RGB, and then our background, let's make it white or transparent. Anyone, let's choose transparent, or let's make white so that I can see how white looks like. Let's leave this for that, and then click OK. So voila, we have our workspace square. Then you can see this is white. I am going to unlock this. This padlock means this layer is locked, and this is a layer. I am going to unlock this by double tapping there and then clicking OK to unlock that layer. And to create a new layer, you go here. I'm sorry if I'm jumping, but like create a new layer. I just want to show you. See, this shows transparent. So then this is white. This is transparent. So when you print this, basically you're printing like nothing. But when you print this, this is white, and then you can always change colors as you wish. So then um let me import our image. Then using that, we are going to like use the image to just explain all these tools to you. I'm sorry, I want this to be the way it will be on your laptops also, sorry about that. And let's import this. I love to drag and drop. I got this picture from Unsplash. You can get lots of quality HD pictures on Unsplash or Pexels. Those are like the two places I like to go to pick quality HD images for my design, and they are free copyright. But I feel like you should always say, what's the word again, thank the photographer who did this and attribute them sometimes, because they also they're doing amazing jobs for us. So I am also going to drag this here so we can see what we want to do. So drag and copy and paste. This is just a picture, so we would know, hey, this is what we are trying to achieve from this. And I'll try and be fast as possible. Then tools. This is our move tool. This basically, as I said, as the word is, move around. Then this is marking tool, so you can like, yours is probably going to be with rectangle. I use, so like marking tool you can use to select a specific part of an image. So like, since this is selected, let's go to eraser tool. This is your eraser tool. As the word is, you erase. And this is rasterized. I rasterized it. I'm going to go into that later on in future. Just click OK to unrasterize. So you see, I'm trying to erase, and it's only erasing things that are in the marking end. So basically this is used to select like places like, okay, you want to do something to only want this box and you don't want anything to happen to the other box. You do that, and then here you undo. You want to undo everything to the placing of this, and then you can, I want to unrasterize this, but I have a shortcut. Use brush tool, click on it. It says, hey, it's rasterized, you have to rasterize before, and I say yes, rasterize it. So now it's been rasterized, and so we still have the same image. We don't mess up this. I want to create a new image with this, so I'm going to drag this and drop here. This is the new layer box. So when you drag and drop a layer here, it creates the copy of that, and you can do that using a Ctrl J option. Just press Ctrl J, but I just press Ctrl J now to get that. But I advise you use the drag and drop first, because to get used to things without the shortcuts could be annoying sometimes, or like know the basic things if you are used to shortcuts. So I want to delete this layer. Do shift, drag and drop to this waste bin. Bam, that layer is gone. So then this is the next tool. This is the lasso tool, polygon and magnetic lasso tool. I am going to just talk about the lasso tool. The polygon and magnetic lasso tool, almost the same thing, but that's basically just creating matching hands. Assuming you want to select this lady now, sorry about my selection, select the lady using that. But then let me show you how the magnetic lasso tool is. And to deselect, you press Ctrl D to deselect, so you go up to the select, but like that's a shortcut, and I feel like, okay, that's some shortcut issues. So then this helps like create marking ends, but then around something with higher contrast than the other side, with higher contrast than the other side. Coming to my Yoruba H. So then basically doing that, you have to be patient with stuff like this to be able to select, and then end of the day you create a selection. And sorry about that, my graphic tab is dragging it, sorry about that. So oh my god, I don't know where I started from. Finally I got to where I started from. I'm sorry about that, like really sorry. So my tablet is messing up right now because I have to like remove it. So then close that. So we have our quick selection tool. You can see So like if you want to select, all of this is all about selecting also. Oh sorry, you have to click on the layer you want to select. So like this quick selection, deselect this and like try to select. This works best when there's high contrast between what you are selecting and the other side. You can see it selected more than once. Assuming I want to select these girls, you can press the alt, it turns to minus, and then on or deselect that side. And then basically that, if you want to select stuff, just take your time with it, create that. And then this is your regular crop tool. Crop and then click enter. But well, we don't want to crop, so let's undo that. And then this is the eyedropper tool. Let's deselect, basically trying to like copy colors. Okay, I want white, I want gray, I want this black, I want the blue here. You can like try and find you get what I mean. So as you're selecting, you see it's changing here at the color swatch. So this changes to white, this changes to skin color brown or orange, I don't know, just call it skin color. And then spot healing brush tool, let's skip that for now. Clone, I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to get back to some of this. Then this is the pen tool. I'm going to, I don't want to go with the pen tool now because I want to be fast. But basically pen tool is just trying to like select also or create shapes. If you want to like create a shape and all. Okay, now don't, so that's a shape I created using the pen tool now. But then let's delete that. And then this is text. You want to type, mistake, text, type what you want to type in. I don't know why this is like this. So you can type in your text. You can either drag and drop to create a box for your text, or you can just like go anywhere and click on it and then type what you want to type, and then voila, you're able to like type anywhere. But then let's still delete that. And basically the move tool, if you want to move around, okay, let's zoom in first. So assuming we zoomed in, I want to move around, so the hand tool, sorry, zoom first, let's zoom in, and then the hand tool, it's like, so you do that, like see around. If you want to like see things in details, this is best when you are trying to like create or like select, make selections. And that's that for that. The tools I skipped, I would later use on. I want to be as fast as possible because I feel like we are already taking too much time. So we want this. You can see the girl and the guy are on this side, sorry, but this is like at the middle. So like basically we want something like this. And then we want to edit the size of the image and we'll transform. There's a shortcut to that. I think the shortcut is best for that. So Control T to transform an image. And then rule of thumb, always press your shift key whenever you're transforming anything so you can retain its size, because you don't want your image or your document to look weird and like something like this. You see, this is looking terrible. So you press your shift key, edge, drag to create something nice, and we want it on the side. Boom. I think yeah, this looks like it. Then you see this is white, we want gray, and I skipped the content aware move tool and the spot healing brush tool. This is basically some tools, but I don't want to go into that. Let's just click on the content aware move tool. Content aware move tool basically moves from one side, moves something from one side to the other, like retaining its content. So I'm going to move something this. Oops, sorry. Let me undo that. I want to create or make it as much as possible. Sorry about the way, it doesn't really matter. And then move to this side. Okay, we're going to have to do it twice. Control Z. Let's undo that. Sorry, let's undo that. Control D. I want to just move it once, so this goes down here, and then blah blah blah. Oops. Down. Blah blah blah. And then you move and drop here. Okay, let's move and drop here first. Sorry, it's analyzing, trying to like bring it in to this other side. We're still going to like do that twice, and then let's move again like this. Just basically trying to calculate and create a continuation, and then moves there, calculate, and then we are good to go. So then Control D to deselect. So you can see there are like some lines there to be perfect, or to make things perfect. You go here. Sorry. I'm sorry. Your clone stamp tool basically like clones from one side to another. So press Alt to clone this place here, and then go here and like just smoothing that part out so it doesn't have too much layers like that. Just little details, just to smoothen things out so it doesn't look haphazard and not continued. So kind of created that. The next thing, down salsa. I think the font I used, I'm going to share that font with you. I think the font I used for this down salsa is the is a script font, script MT. I'm not sure yet. I don't know why this is doing this. Script MT, but let's just type the dance. I want to be sure if it's in capital. Okay. Let's just type down salsa first, then let's see how that goes. Down salsa. So I've created the text. Now script empty bold. Yeah, that's the font I used. Yeah, yay. And okay, the salsa was in caps. So let's type the salsa in caps. Salsa. Then we go here to click OK, and then increase the font. Let's increase it to 72, which is like here. Probably it's going to be more than that. Click on the move tool. Let's move it here. We have to change the color, so we go to text, select the color up there, change it to white. So okay, I think we have to reduce from 72. Let's try 60. Oops, sorry. Let's try 60. Okay, 60 is too small. Let's try 65. Yep, I think 65 is okay. And then that's 65 down salsa. And the font I use here, I used Nutmeg. I mean, yeah, this is Nutmeg. Sorry. Yeah, that's Nutmeg. So there are several fonts. Like I'm happy we are all going to do typography class lessons later, and I feel you all should listen attentively there, because typography is one amazing thing. So arts, all in small letters. We're still going to, oops, sorry about that. Let's write art first. Control A to highlight it all. Let's reduce it. Of course, when it's reduced, and then Nutmeg. Yep, Nutmeg. Yeah. So I think we have to reduce it a little bit more. Let's reduce it to 24. Let's drag that here, and then we have to. It's underlined here, so let's go here, and then go to the type character and click on underline. So here we can like make it capital by force. We can tilt to be took that. But basically, I think you should use the um font to do that, to make it italic instead of this. But sometimes you might not have the italic option on the font, so you might have to use this. So this basically capitals makes it small, like please you light. Just you can play around with this. Don't let's waste our time with that. And yep. So at GQ Lounge Agodi Gardens. So then let's go to GQ Lounge. Let's go here. Let's copy GQ Lounge Agodi Gardens Ibadan, and we'll go here. Tap anywhere, paste. You might need, like I am doing this so that we can be fast as possible. Sorry, something entered my nose. Let's make this book. We're just trying to copy this, so just follow through. I'm going to try and be fast because I feel like I've used more time explaining than I want to. And then we're still going to like arrange all of this later. I'm just like trying to make it at least appealing a little bit now. So with since we want the same thing, we can just create a copy of this, drag that copy here. That's just a tip I use. Change to text, you can just press T to change to text and then type width, and you get the same thing up. I think the height and width we need to reduce the font. Let's reduce it to 18. Yeah, looking like it. Or let's increase it a little bit to 20 on 19.5. I don't know why I just feel like 19.5 because I'd make weird things like that, so I feel like that was 19.5. Okay, that was 19, but let's just leave it at 19.5. So with salsa professional Latin dancers, which are Ibadan Salseros, yay! Go Ibadan Salseros. Okay, we want this also, so let's do the same thing here. Create a copy, drag a copy here, and paste here, so we have the same thing, and voila, we have that. And then the same thing with width. So shortcut Ctrl J to create, and then another shortcut is with this, with anything selected, you can just press your Ctrl, it changes to the move tool, so you can drag and drop that here, and you change the width to schedule. Okay, schedule. I feel like spelling on my schedule is wrong. I don't know why, but let's just power through everything. So schedule here, and then professional dancers salsa class, and this copy and go here and paste here. Okay, sorry, let's still do the same. Copy. I just use a shortcut, don't mind shortcuts, just to make things fast. Still the same thing, salsa class. Okay, this goes down here, this has and enter here, and sorry, yep. So we have that for the schedule, and then for more info, call blah 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 Timmy and Ecom, amazing dancers. I'm not trying to sell salsa, but if you're not a salsa dancer, what are you doing? Don't mind me. So for more info, contact Timmy, and I want to be sure if it's the same thing. Contact Timmy. Let's skip this at this, and Ecom, amazing dancer also. You guys should see these people dance. And yep, I think we're good to go. Oh shit, I just realized that all of this has um are all underlined, which I don't want, or we don't want. So salsa class, for more info, all of them are underlined. Let's click this to underline them if that's a word. And yep, a spin a song keeps the bottom away. So then copy that, we go here. I think that's a little bit okay. Let's just put this here. Spin a song keeps the bottom away. Don't mind me, I like that singing whenever I'm examining. Okay, sorry, Control A, regular, and I think it must be, it was italic, yes. So not just regular, italic. Select. I am going to share this font, or you can just download it, man. I love my font so much. But like, okay, for the love of everyone, I might share my, okay, I like having a little bit of arrangement, so like I want the spinny song to be done. Sorry about that. Sorry, why are you coming up? Cancel that. So okay, go away. Okay, now this is getting annoying. Okay, I think I'm not just going to do that again. So salsa GQ, that as that is there. So then we have this blend to dance salsa. So with this we used, I skipped this the last time we used our rectangle tool. So we select the rectangle tool, we want blue, let me just select any blue. Okay, then let me just select any blue. Okay, let me select this blue. Then we have this. Sorry, I want to like increase that. We have this, yes. And let's click the move tool to move this around. So this is the rectangle tool. I created a rounded rectangle. You can create several types of rectangles. You can create several types of shapes. You can create an ellipse. It's an ellipse. You can create a circle, but by pressing shift down, you create a circle, a perfect circle. Oh, sorry. Shift, create a circle, but release first before releasing from the shift, so it doesn't like smudge back. So let's delete that. sorry, let's undo that. So we have our rectangle tool, and then I skipped the pen tool. We're going to use the pen tool a little bit here to create this little I don't know what to call it, notch down. Yep. So let's zoom in, span up, let's zoom in, span up. Then we have to create the pen tool. The pen tool, we create something like this. Yep. So the pen tool is basically just like trying to create shapes and dragging and dropping to create shapes. So like you create this, like create curves. So the way you curve, like just play around it, but we shouldn't waste our time now. So all of that. So we have that, and I'll just drag this. I never do that, but because I don't want, let me bring that down there. So then this is underneath this, and you can group this. So selected that, this is for grouping. So you, okay now, and then this is now disturbing me here. Why is everything disturbing me? So you go here to group. So that has been grouped, or you just press your Ctrl G to group. So then we have to type our len 2, our text. Okay, we don't want that. So you see, this doesn't have a box around it. That means you're like selecting an already typed font. But whenever it has a box around it, that means you're creating a new font layer. So we want to create a new font layer, and we want our font to be Nutmeg. Yeah, we are using Nutmeg, and let's reduce to 12, and then let's say learn. Happy? Yeah, I think it's learn 2. Yeah, learn 2. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Learn 2. Then drag that here. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to leave it like this because of our time. And I want to put this also in the same group of the length tool. You can rename the group. I'm one of those weird um, designers that names his layer, but well, sometimes I don't learn, sometimes I name them, but I think it's good to name actually. So like I am going to pressing control and selecting this will create a marking end around whatever you select there. So like you can press this, create the one around south art, around down south south. So we want to create one around here so that this lens tool can be like balanced. So after that we go to the move tool and then we'll go up here to align to the center and then align to both centers, so it should just be like perfectly aligned. I like my work aligned. So I think we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. And then this, I'm not going to create the same thing with that, but just so you have an idea, because I can't find, I created this using a special brush. I can't remember the brush right now, or you can just create anything, but just whatever you want to have at the back. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then how this went up under the guy's head. Okay, I just realized we have work to do. But then before I do that, I want to like create a balance with all of this. So I'm going to press Ctrl A to select everything, and with the move tool and a spin a song away, put the spin a song in between. Like it was just a little notch, but still let's have everything aligned. So let's close that. Oh wow, this is not in the group. Interesting. I just created the microphone. Okay, so then all of this, I want all of this to be aligned. So let's control select art and then select everything else. So like we go from for more info, everything, press shift to width, and then go here and align to this, to the left. So everything now is aligned, and then you can do this, create a, sorry about that, shift, create everything, create a group, Ctrl G to create a group, and then deselect all of that, so you can like bring it to sides, and yep, we've done that. So we want this simple, we use our ellipse tool or rectangle tool or whatever, depending, shape builder tool, yeah, shape builder tool. Then press our shift to create a circle, and we want this to be white like the other one. I'm going to create a circle and recreate another layer, create another layer with that, and drag here, create a new layer, drag and increase that. So this background for this other side, we don't have that now, so we are just going to like change this to orange. And first thing, let's bring the one down to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, voila. And go to the fill, try to select orange, and I know it's not the same thing, but well, our time and everything, I don't want to have to create that. I just use the brush and all. So we create a group with that. I want that one to be in a group also, fill group, and then we go to text. We go to text, 2000 naira per class, and naira 2000. Let's change that to blue like the other one, blue, and 2000, right? Yes, 2000. Per class. Okay, the class is in caps, so let's just shortcut to make everything caps here, and Ctrl A to select that, and then let's align everything to the center, using a paragraph tool. You can also go here to do that, and then you can just drag and drop here, and voila, we have something like that. So I want to put that in the fee also, but then you see, okay, I'm sorry, the thing about Photoshop is it works in layers. So the toppermost layers are on top. So as you can see, as I shifted the um fee into the group, it went down and we're not able to see it. But then you shift it back up, and then voila, you see it on top. So then we have this, and then the little trick to get this guy's head up and running, up and running. We're going to have to use the quick selection tool. So we use the quick selection. Sorry, select what you want to select. Quick selection tool. Select the guy's head like that, and reduce the brush size. You can reduce the brush size by going here to reduce the brush size. I was using a shortcut, but I just realized that no, don't use a shortcut because that's teaching everyone. So please, if there's anything you didn't get, just ask me. I would be happy to like get back to everyone on the group on how or whatever looks like magic. So then we've selected that. That's selected. The Ctrl J is to make a copy. So Ctrl J, it just creates that copy of this layer alone, and then we drag this fee, drag it in between here, and voila, that goes under there, and we kind of created that. So then, wow, I think there's nothing else to do. So thank you for this. I'm going to have another video which is going to entail the assignment, or I either have another video, I'll just send the assignment to the group. Any questions you have, ask me. And then here now we have to save. Remember to save your work. Remember to save your work. Save, Control Save, design class. Sorry, I'm going to save it on my desktop. I have the folder for the design class already. Design class, and save as a PSD document. Yes, maximum compatibility. But then now I want to save as an image. So here there are like several ways of saving. So there's the PSD, there's the Photoshop EPS. This basically has to do with Illustrator, like creating vector based things, which means no matter how much you increase them, it still retains its quality, and some other jargon, raw, PNG basically is what you use to save logos and all things that has to do with, like, a couple of places has to be transparent, you save with PNG, but since we are saving an image, we just save as a JPEG file. So then bam, okay, saved. We go to the file, and then here we have our design class file. Okay, I think we should bring this down a little bit, but well, you just get everything. And here, thank you very much for being with me. I would love to hear from everyone in the group, and reviews and questions. I'm happy to answer questions, and I'll send the assignment to the group. And thank you, and have a good day. Bye.